Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for more than 3 years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into a reshipping out today on Thursday. I actually thought it was Wednesday real quick, but it's Thursday. Double checked before we started. Still a good amount of items, not as much as like the few weeks beforehand, but we're going to jump right into it. The first thing is going to be this official Blood Bowl magazine. I've gotten this particular cover before and I've sold this particular one. It's not too expensive. This is Blood Bowl. It's going to be Warhammer Fantasies. They're like a little sport game, and this is just a little magazine with some like, extra rules, scenarios, and like paint jobs. So this ended up going for $9.45 plus shipping. Everything's going to be plus shipping. All right. Next up is going to be this. I just sold one of these yesterday, so maybe there was like a video that people were talking about it, or maybe there's an update or something, but this is Crimson Skies. This is WizKids. They're a little like flight game where you battle with little ships. I think I don't know if it's from World War II or if it's just like around that era, but this is like another little starter box with just like, the rules and the scenarios. It doesn't have any figures, but yeah, just extra stuff. So I sold this one yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago. I put a note that I spent $6 on auction for this because I have sold it anywhere between 10 to 15 bucks. This one ended up going for $14.50. So I don't know. I don't think I have any more of these, but when I sell the same item multiple days in a row, that means that there was like noise somewhere, but I'm just not sure where. All right. Next up is Magi Nation right here. This is going to be a rare card. This is a dead card game, and I think they actually did a Kickstarter to bring the card game back, so this is going to be a rare. Ardariel's Crown right here. This is going to be a rare. This ended up going for $10.49. I've sold this Imagination stuff for a good amount of money before. I've only gotten a little bit at like an auction before. There was like a big bin of random collectible card game stuff that I bid on. It was like random. So this was at like the bottom of the box was the Imagination stuff. This is like what the back looks like. I think it plays similar to Magic the Gathering. But yeah, $10.49 for just one rare for a dead card game is pretty good. All right. Next up, well, I guess it's not dead anymore. We have this. I think you can use the old stuff with the new stuff. We have this miniature foam tray right here. This is going to be by Battle Foam. They have a little symbol back here, but you can get any foam. People will always use these for miniatures. You want to make sure that they know the length and width of the actual, this is called like a foam tray, because they'll also get carrying cases where you carry them in a case. And obviously they're going to want specific sizes of foam to go into the case. And you also want to show measurements for the actual individual slots for the miniatures. Just make sure that they stay safe and sound. You can also use this just to carry them from one room to the next. I have a lot of my miniatures just randomly in like foam trays and not necessarily in like a complete case as well. So yeah, I get these relatively cheap at auctions. People don't like to deal with them. They're kind of like big and cumbersome, kind of. To me, they're nice and easy to like stack together, and they're like really light because they're foam. So I don't mind listing them and doing all the work for the dimensions for people because they do pick them up eventually. I was thinking about how I have a huge stack of these, like 30 different foams. I'm like, I haven't sold one in a while, and then it sold today. This one I'm going for $11.45. Different sizes and different compartments and different brands can change the price of them. I just look them up when I get them. That's to a repeat buyer as well. All right, next up is gonna be some Civil War figures. These are gonna be some like metal ones. They're already painted. They're like pretty good quality for miniatures. They're not like the smaller ones that I'm normally selling. These are like Army men size right here. This is by a company called Blue Box. It just says says Blue Box on the bottom. But yeah, people like the historical figures. These three ones went for $9.44. Been doing pretty well with the historical miniatures recently. All right, next up is Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice Masters. No dice though. You've also, these are just cards. It's 22 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. These are what the cards look like for Dice Masters, and it shows the little dice symbols that you can get. Normally, you get the booster packs for $1. You get like a starter set where you get like 20 of them. You get 2 dice and 2 cards. They have different rarities as well, so people can collect them. Some of them are like super rare, rare, uncommon, and common. But also, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So some people might just like the cards. It has like classic characters like Baby Dragon, and they have like Blue Eyes White Dragon in here. So I just put together a bunch of common cards that I got. I got a bunch of cards with no dice, unfortunately, and if I gotten dice before and sold them without the cards, so like people will pair them up. But yeah, this ended up going for $9.07 for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones. All right, next up is going to be a bunch of floppy disks right here. We've sold like an arrangement of this stuff. This stuff is the things that like Annette used to grab, and she was aware that people would buy like random lots of this. I didn't realize that that was a thing until she got some, and then we sold some. So this is, I think, a bunch of different cross-stitch, like little instructions, I think. I might be speaking right now, but yeah, it's going to be a whole array of them. So someone's going to have fun. They like to go through these and see what they get. It's kind of like a little mystery box for someone. Plus, Has a lot of cute colors, and it gets the container as well. We did the container, which has like a key. So yeah, she used to grab the stuff at estate sales. Ah, all right. This ended up going for $10. All right, that's like we've gotten more for like a lot of bunch of floppy disks and stuff. Next up is gonna be a Beanie Baby. We do have some Beanie Babies listed right here. It's this gray tabby cat right here. I don't know its name because I already have it all baggied. I keep the stuff baggied so it doesn't get hairs or dirty. Yeah, it kind of looks like our cat Mindy a little bit. This one's like lighter though. Our cat started getting like brown fuzz on her like belly. But yeah, people like Beanie Babies. I think Annetta said that at some point recently. Last year, Gen Z was picking up the Beanie Babies that had their birth date because like the little Beanie Babies would have like a little, inside their little tie tag, it says their name and like their birth date or whatever. So people were collecting them. So people still pick them up. This was actually what like my mom started back in the 90s when eBay was first up. She was actually going to conventions and flipping Beanie Babies and Pokemon cards. So that was actually my what? Yeah, she was going to like trade shows. Like my brother goes to like the card shows. She was going to Beanie. Like I went a couple times. Yeah, they had a bunch of people with tables, and then like old school like haggling and stuff. She used to flip them on the eBay, and she would go like talk to people at the trade shows. They rent out like a little hotel like room or something. People have been to trade shows, know what I'm talking about. But yeah. I'll do a video on that. Like, I actually did a really old video on the channel. It's probably one of my first 20 videos where I spent like 50 minutes, really bad footage quality, talking about like kind of like my history of eBay and stuff. But yeah, $7.69 for this one. All right, last up for the day is going to be Dinosaur Island. This is going to be the Extreme Edition, which had like the base game as well as some expansions, and this was incomplete, so I had to put incomplete. This is very heavy. There's a lot of stuff. Dinosaur Island is going to be a game that's trying to pretend to be like Jurassic Park. Obviously, they don't have the IP of Jurassic Park, and they use these like kind of like bright neon colors, kind of like 70s or 80s kind of colors. And then you have like your little dinosaur little like farm area, and then you're purchasing them. You're getting you also get like little amusement park attractions. There's a lot of different ways to get points and stuff in this game. I've never played it. Annette and I have played the dual one. She beat me one time in the dual one, and then she never wanted to play again. Oh, she said twice, but I only remember once. But then she didn't want to play again. So I think I ended up selling our dual edition, which is the 2-player edition. But I do think I have the base game, not the Extreme Edition, but I have the base game as well as the Totally Liquid expansion. We haven't played it yet. We should probably pop it out at some point. But yeah, really cool aesthetics. I like this company. It's Pandasaurus Games. I think they do pretty well at conventions. They don't have any games that I personally like a lot, but I like their aesthetics, and I like that they care about their theme, and like I feel like they're eventually going to get a really big hit for a game. But yeah, they've done some good ones for people, just not for me yet. But yeah, this incomplete version sold for $17. Yeah, there's a lot of bits and pieces there. Instead of me separating it between like base game and expansions and stuff, I just put it all together and put a price and then took the offer of 17. All right, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hope everyone's having a good week so far.